Hey, Mandy. Hey, Mike. Can you turn down the volume a little bit on the TV? No. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to figure out how to share my phone screen. Okay. I'll be able to do it. All right, so I'm going to get started because since I only have the free version of Zoom, we have a limited amount of time. But I wanted to start out with giving 2 shout outs, and it's to the people that are on this call is Mandy and Tori for both having Success Club points already this month. So that's really awesome. You guys are so close to getting in the club, which means free customer leads next month. Starting on November 1st, you would start getting free customer leads, which is huge. I have gotten a lot of really great free customers. You really work for them, but okay. So Instagram, there's basically 5 things I'm going to talk about today. And those 5 things are sharing your story, how to market, posting schedules, stories, and growing your network. And honestly, all 5 of those things could be a training just in and of itself. So this is kind of like an overview, and if there's anything that I talk about that you want to know more about or you would like to have another training, just reach out and let me know. So Instagram is super important because it's the fastest growing social network right now. That could change. We know how quickly things can change, but as of right now, it's the network that most people are joining daily. This call even could be outdated in a short amount of time, but I'm going to try to stick to the core principle important things that can, I guess, apply even come changes. So first thing I want to talk about is sharing your story. I feel like you guys have done a really great job of already trying to do this. We don't want to have our whole entire feed just be sweaty selfies saying how your workout was. That's important, but people want to know you. So posting your meals and your workouts and everything Beachbody related is really great, but you have to filter in your real life content. And that includes your stories and your just general feed. So that's really, really important. I'm actually going to, hang on one second. I don't know why. I'm so sorry that people are in this like waiting room. I don't know how I did that. I'm sorry. So it's very annoying. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna try to share my phone screen with you. This is getting really techie for me. So give me one second. All right, because I want to show you what my Instagram looks like, even though you guys can see it. I want to show you, ooh, I did it. I want to show you specific things on my Instagram. You guys can all see that, right? My Instagram page. Okay. So there it is. when you're telling your story, so you want to have like a good mix of Beachbody and your real life, because people want to know you, right? So you can see here in my profile, I have, a few things about myself. And then when you look in, oh geez, sorry, I messed it up already. When you look in my feed, the first few things that you even see are, sorry, this is technology fail. You'll see like, it says like dog mom, yoga, things like that. You see that like once you start scrolling through my pictures, you see those things right there. So, all right, let me get this back again. Sorry, this is my first time doing this. There we go. Okay, so like the things that are at the top are clearly evident, dog mom, teacher. So something that I want to get into my next point is, notice that just by looking through my feed, there's really no evidence that I am a Beachbody coach. Sure, I'm drinking Shakeology in one picture, but it doesn't say Shakeology, and you don't even see that. So I have this clear balance of telling my story. Like I have this picture that I posted this morning of me and Mike, and I talk about how he's at soccer, all the time in the fall, and I really can't wait for soccer to be over. This picture with the blue eyeball, that's me and my little sister. And I didn't just post that picture. I talk about how when we grew up, we shared the same bed for like our whole lives. So just adding in these like little tidbits so people get to know you, that's part of growing your network. So I know a lot of you guys right now are in a place where you're still really working with your warm market. So that might not seem like it applies right now because they know you, but not even all your warm market might even know all these things about you. So they would like to learn that stuff too. People are nosy. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So my second point is, I was saying, notice how it's really not so evident that I'm a Beachbody coach. It doesn't say it in my profile. It doesn't say it. I don't have any picture that's clearly showing that. And, it's not that it's a secret, but if you put on there, like if I put on this last post that I just posted is about, I'm going to start doing the new Shift Shop workouts next week. But I don't say I'm going to start doing Shift Shop next week, because people then can just Google it and buy it themselves. And then they'll end up with a coach that's not you. They don't even know that you could be their coach. So by not putting anything about Beachbody in your pictures and all of that, it forces people to have a conversation with you. Like, oh, what are these workouts that you're doing? Or what is that shake or pre-workout that you drink every day? You want to have conversations with people. So avoiding putting the brand names on things is kind of important for that reason. Okay. So my third point is going to be about a posting schedule. So you want to post in on your feed a minimum of once a day. So that might seem like a lot if you're not in the habit of doing that, but you will soon find out that you can schedule posts out. You can save them in draft form right in your Instagram. You can save multiple drafts that you can just post later when you have time. If you look at my first 9 photos there, the one of me and Mike, then the one of me and my sister with the balloon, and then the one of me and my little sister with the eye in the back, those are all pictures that were taken like months or even years ago. So the pictures, don't feel like you have to take a picture every day. You have a million pictures in your camera roll, I'm sure, that are worth sharing, that people want to see. And remember, your whole purpose of sharing photos is to share your story, and your story is about your life. So that's what your 1-a-day post is going to be. And of course, you're working in your workouts and your nutrition and all of those good little things as well. If you have read the book Jab, 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 Right Hook, it's one of the PD books that's recommended. It's all about, like, in marketing, you do a bunch of little jabs to get people engaged with you. So all these pictures that are of me and my life are those jabs. And then your right hook is a post that's like a call to action. So this last post that I just posted is a call to action. I'm asking people to do Shift Shop with me without saying that it's going to be Shift Shop. But, and then anybody who likes that photo, I will be inviting. So another thing is that you'll notice on my photo is I usually include a location. So this one says New Jersey. This one says Crystal Plaza because that's where the wedding was. This one is Asbury Park Boardwalk. A lot of mine will say New Jersey, but this one, we were in Ohio for the weekend, so that's that. But the location, first of all, it catches people's eyes, but it will also have your posts show up more when people are searching those locations. Another thing about my feed is something that you want to try to do. I'm really just dabbling with this now, is you want to try to create like a certain look. Okay, so I'm trying to create this like bright and colorful look, and you want all your pictures to kind of look in that theme, you could call it. So how I do that is I'm going to show you. I use a few different apps. This one right here, Snapseed. This is a great app that you can use. There is a little bit of a learning curve, but that's a good app to use. Another one that I use is Visco. And then here you can see it basically looks like my Instagram feed, but these are all photos that I edited them first in Snapseed and then in Visco. And then I just recently started getting into using Lightroom. And I think this is where I'm going to like end up, because in this, they have what they call presets. So I applied the same filter to this photo and this photo and now this one. So I'm going to try to use this filter to make all my pictures look similar. We'll see how that works. But you're trying to create a theme. I want to show you another coach that I randomly met at a Shaun T event. She has a really nice page. She uses a filter. You can kind of see she has this look and feel about her page. And then she also does this thing where you can see she has quotes all down the one side. So she has that other added look to her page, is that every third picture is always a quote. Sometimes they're on the left, sometimes they're in the middle, on the right, depending on when she posts. But she just has this like great aesthetic to her, and she's really grown her following a lot. Another thing so that's about editing. I know there's so much, but I just wanted to show you those few apps so that you can get into that. Another thing about your daily posts. So far I've said that you should post one a day, use a location, try to edit them to look similar using filters. There's filters in Instagram too. So if you feel like super newbie with editing, just use the Instagram filters for now. You can use 30 hashtags on a photo. I usually put my team hashtag inner strength plus and one more that I think relates to that picture. And then I have 28 other hashtags in the first comment. I like to put it in the comment because it looks a little bit cleaner that way. But I have two sets of 28. So I have this one, and then I think this one is a different one. Yeah, so I have them saved right in the notes in my phone. You can also You can also type in like a shortcut in your phone that will automatically make the hashtags pop up if you know how to do type shortcuts in your phone. That's like in keyboard settings. Again, if you want to know about that, you could probably Google that. But I will help you with that if you don't know how to do that at another time. So that is basically all of the things about the posting. I do want to talk a little bit more about hashtags really quick. So when you're using hashtags, you want to try to use hashtags that don't have like millions and millions of hits. And you'll know that because when you start to type it in, it will show you. So let's go to like Black Lab Love. Okay, that's one of my, this one has, you can see 71,000 posts, right? And it's mostly, when I look through it, it's mostly labs, which you would expect, right? And then up here at the top, you can see related, Black Labs Daily, Labstagram, Black Lab Squad. So if you, let's go to a different one, like a more generic one. No excuses, just results, okay? This one, oh, there's a butt. This one has like all fitness people, right? Now let's click on Beachbody Performance. You're gonna see like Autumn Calabrese, there's Joel. You're gonna see a lot of Beachbody coaches. So if you test out a hashtag and it brings you to a page where you see like you click on it to try it out and you see a lot of Beachbody coaches, probably not a hashtag that you want to use, because the people who are looking for that hashtag you're just going to find more Beachbody coaches. You want to use hashtags that will help you connect with people that that you like will grow your network. And then using these related ones like AM workout, if you're a morning workout person, that's a good one. Sweaty selfie, never miss a Monday. These probably are a lot of Beachbody ones, but you get the point. Okay, so, all right. So that's your posting once a day. If you want to post more than once a day, that's fine too. But here's where I really want you to put your energy. Your energy should be in your stories. So if I go to my homepage, here are the stories at the top. So here's my story. You can see at the top, I try to do 10 to 15 stories a day. And I do like a mix of, this is me talking, then this is just a picture of me with like a little note, another picture, me talking, my workout, a boomerang, and then just like another little video. So I try to mix it up between pictures, videos, and boomerangs, because that's what keeps people involved, using text and GIFs and polls. Use all the things, because Instagram wants you to use their things, and they will make your account show up more if you do. So I try to use the polls and the questions and all that jazz. Music, I use that. Here's a little trick that I want to show you guys about stories. So if I am like gonna take just a little picture of our team, and I'll put like, there we are, working with my girls, okay? Now, you can put, I think, up to 20 hashtags on your story. So I could do hashtag work from home. I don't know. Here's what I want to show you, this little trick. So I don't want 20 hashtags like all over my picture, right? You can slide them off the page, right? Same thing with anything. So you can do your hashtags off the page. You can do your location on here, Brielle, New Jersey. That can go off the page. Any hashtag or location that you use in your story will then, I'm not going to post that, will make that story show up in that hashtags or location story. So if I put Brielle, New Jersey, there is a Brielle, New Jersey story that people watch. So that's a good thing to try to do. And I know that it's cumbersome to try to do a lot of hashtags in your story if you're doing, 10 to 15 stories a day, but, try to do a few here and there. And like I said, they don't have to be on the screen. Another thing about stories is you want to try to have them happen throughout the day, because you can see here, that's my husband. That's the first story, right? And then after that's my friend, and then one of our challengers, and Michael is another coach. So every time you do a new story, your little circle moves back to the front. And you want yours to be at the front, because look at all these people's stories, right? I have so many. I'm not going to watch them all, but the studies all show that when people are logging into Instagram, they're watching stories first. So if you think about, if you're in the doctor's office or something and you're like, oh, bored looking at Instagram, and I click on stories, right? I'm going to click on Mike's story, watch his story, and then I'll watch my friend's story a little bit. She does oil stuff, whatever. And then, I got called for the doctor. So I put my phone away. So you want your story to continuously be going back to the front. That will happen if you make stories throughout the day, okay? Another really big, huge perk about stories is when you're scrolling, right? Like this is my husband's picture right here. I can see this ad Simply to Impress while I'm looking at his picture. That's in my peripheral vision. And so are the stories at the top. As you scroll, there's a lot of other things like, oh, I have a message, or, oh, somebody just started a live video. All these things pop up. Well, when you're looking at stories, it takes up the whole screen. Like right now, when I was talking on my story last night, I have everybody's undivided attention because they're not scrolling, they're not looking at anything else. And it's one of the only places in social media where your content is taking up the person's entire phone screen and they're not looking at anything else. So stories are so important for so many reasons. And now, look, I can see 223 people watched my story. I'm going to click that. They just came out with this feature. If you see these little triangles on the right, I'm pointing at my screen like as if you guys can see me pointing, but those little triangles on the right, I can send a message directly to that person. So this Emily, I can click that and message her right from there and be like, wow, like, I saw you were watching my story, and that, I don't know, that actually sounds creepy, so I wouldn't say that, but I have my scripts that I say. I would not say that, but you get the point. It's easy. I can message all these people that are watching my stories because they're all right there. Instagram's literally spoon feeding people to us. We just have to do it, make good use of it. Okay. The last thing that I want to talk about, because I know that you guys probably wonder a lot about this, is growing your network. So how, like I said, most of you guys are still in the beginning stages of your coach life, and I very much encourage you to exhaust your warm market before even trying to get into your cold market, people that you don't know. Because your warm market people are easy. They already trust you, okay? The cold market people are people that you have to gain their trust. They're not going to just be like, yeah, I'm going to trust this stranger. So they either have to be following you for a little while, connect with your content, something about you, or you have to have a lot of conversations with them. So the first step to growing your network is writing down 5 things that describe you in your life right now. Okay. So for me, I wrote down 5 things so I could give you examples: teacher, yogi, dog mom, homeowner, and snowboarder. Snowboard season's coming up. So those are 5 things that can describe me right now. you definitely have 5 things about you. Coffee lover could be one. I don't know, sneaker fanatic. There's people on Instagram that like everything. So 5 things that are like you. So then you're going to start searching. So you're going to go click on this magnifying glass. And if I start searching like yoga girls, let's just put that 443,000 posts. So I can start looking through these posts, right? Recent, and just kind of trying to see if I like, oh, this girl looks cool. She lives in Brazil though, so I'm gonna skip past her. Wow, a lot of people from Brazil. So you can kind of go through here. You can like people's things, but you're looking for people that want to connect. So that hashtag's kind of a little too broad for me, right? So let me try like teacher problems. So it's taking a minute to come up. This one is giving me related. So I can also click on teacher tribe. So I type in teacher problems. Number one, it's giving me other ideas for hashtags that I might want to use. And then as I scroll through, I can kind of try and see, you know, like, do I want to connect with anybody? So you can see this is like a tedious thing. Like this girl looks like she mostly posts things about teaching, which is totally fine. I could connect with her. But she has like a few personal things as well. And here's one really important thing. So this girl has 10,000 followers. I always click on who they're following, and I make sure you can see here at the top, it will show like people that I follow that she's following. So we both follow Wells, Ellen, and Joanna Gaines. I always check there first before I message them to make sure that they're not following all these Beachbody people, because if they are, likely they're already involved. Let's just try one more for homeowners. And so here I can kind of be like, oh, this couple looks cool, right? And then I see it's a guy into bodybuilding. He's not my person, right? I can just kind of go through and be like, oh, wow, this girl lives in Hoboken, New Jersey. Let me click on her account. All right, so now I found somebody that, when you find somebody that you want to connect with, so now I found like 3 different people. Here's a good rule of thumb. You're gonna like 3 photos, comment on one, and follow them and send them a direct message. So like 3 photos, comment on one, and then follow them and send them a direct message. So let's see. And you actually have to like their photos. Don't like stuff that you don't like, okay? We're not on here to be fake. So I actually do like this photo. They got a new place. That's very exciting. Like 3 photos. And then I'm gonna comment on this one. Such an exciting time. I just moved this year too. And now this girl, she only has 681 followers. So when she sees all this, she's going to be like, oh, you know, who's this? And then I can send her a message. I'm not going to waste our time right now, but I could send her just a message about, you know, like, I don't know, are you guys needing to do a lot of projects? Trying to start a conversation, not Beachbody related, okay? I'm just trying to start a conversation because I'm growing my network, right? And when you send somebody that message, your goal is to end that message with a question because you want them to respond to you. All right, so just like a quick recap, I will Let me just stop sharing that. Okay, so just a quick recap. I talked about sharing your story and being real with people about who you are outside of Beachbody, not mentioning Beachbody or the product names. That's just a good marketing tactic. Posting at least once a day using 30 hashtags and locations, how to edit your photos, very brief overview on that. Stories are the most important thing. You need to show up every day with your stories, and you need to be consistent about posting in your stories, your workouts and your nutrition, because if people don't see you showing up every day, then they're not going to feel like you're going to show up as their coach, right? Because that's all they know is what they see on Instagram. And then we talked a little bit about growing your network, about searching for, finding those 5 words to describe yourself, searching hashtags to look for other people that you would want to connect with. I've actually met like really, really nice people doing that. And some of them have joined me in this and some of them haven't, but I still really just enjoy following them and their accounts. And yeah, so does anybody have any questions? If you want to unmute yourself, or you can type them in the chat box if you don't want to do that. Come on, guys. I know you gotta have questions. Nothing? You guys feel like Instagram rock stars now, I hope. And why is nobody sharing their video with me? You guys are making me like just look at myself. There's Tori.
Hey, sorry.
I'm Carly.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, okay. I was like eating and stuff, so I just didn't want to be like munching in the in the thing. No, I don't think I have any questions. It was good, all good information.
Okay. You're doing a lot of things.
I'm trying to do the thing.
One more thing that I will say actually too is in your stories, try to add like some value. Like if you're like lifting weights or something, maybe put like a reason why lifting weights is great. Or if you're eating like peppers, maybe put like a fun fact about why like a vitamin that peppers have. I don't know, any kind of value, because then people will want to watch your stories because they feel like they're getting something out of it. That's another thing.
Yeah, good. All good information. Did you record this one by any chance?
It is.
Okay. Just in case I want to go back.
Yeah. So like I said, every one of those things are things that I've received like really in-depth training on. So this is seriously like a 101 overview. So if there's anything that you want to know more about, I'm happy to expand on them on each topic. So,
okay, cool.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I guess it's 4 minutes into the Dare to Dream call, which I'm sure they're probably just still doing announcements and stuff. So if anyone's planning on hopping on there, I don't want to keep you any longer. But thanks for hopping on. I hope this was helpful. And let me know if you guys have any questions at all. I'm always happy to help. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.